Hello. Welcome to what's normally a pre-workout chat, but for today, it's more like a preliminary pre-workout chat. I'm actually I'm eating some dinner here. It's just ground beef and rice. Um, Now that I switched to incorporating, carbs back into my diet, my stomach has to get back used to consuming the carbs. The carbs really take up space, and so my appetite has been pretty, it's been less than what it normally is when I'm on when I'm just on like a straight carnivore diet. It is what it is. Let me silence that. It is what it is. I can't really do anything about that. So I just have to wait till I adapt a little bit more. I had missed breakfast, so that's why you saw like eggs in there. And so yeah, I just eat that with some plain water. Oops. Huh. Okay. Uh, and that's just pretty much what I do when I come home. But anyway, I'm not really here to talk about the diet because we've already covered that in prior video. The reason why I'm making this video is because, you know, there's some changes that need to be done for the workout because there's some slight changes that are occurring in my life. First change is I actually adopted a new kitten. One of my coworkers found him. And, I took him in. I had to wash him with the Dawn dish soap because I don't like introducing little kittens because I think I estimate him to be about 5 weeks old. So I don't want to introduce like kittens to like the chemicals like at such an early age because I don't want him to get sick. So I have to use like the Dawn dish soap to like kill off like the fleas and stuff like that. Eventually, when he gets old enough, I'll take him to the vet and give him his shots, heartworm medication and all that stuff, dewormers and stuff like that, and then he'll be all good. But so far, so good. I don't see like any issues with him. So yeah, that's the first subject of the evening. Welcoming my new little friend. So now I have four cats, two girl cats and two boy cats. Um, so yeah, there's that. Uh, Another thing that I wanted to get into, I was trying to do a 2 workout a day setup. Due to some changes at my job, is going to essentially require a little bit more of my time. And I thought I could handle the changes, but what's been going on is I've been basically coming home late, working out late, and by the time that I have everything recorded and edited and uploaded, it's pretty much almost like 1 o'clock in the morning, and so I just end up waking up late, and then I'm kind of running late to work, and it's like an endless loop of just being consistently late. So with that being said, I am switching this out to like only like 1 workout a day. So we're going to do like a brainstorming session just to work out some changes to the plan. Um, but before we get into that, if you've been following me or if you're watching these videos at a later date, you may be wondering, like, why all the changes? Just pick a set of plans and just stick with it. You're constantly changing this and you're constantly changing that. Well, the reason is number one, I'm creating a plan. Like everything that I'm doing, I created from scratch. I have seen many different plans. I have experienced different exercises. So I'm just creating a plan that works for me. And so some of the factors that I'm considering when working with, if it works for me, is the ability to recover, right, based off of my diet. I'm only consuming like 2,200 calories My maintenance calories is somewhere between 28 to 3,000 calories. So by that metric alone, I'm already in anywhere between 600 to 800 calorie deficit per day. Caloric deficits are not optimum when it comes to building muscle. And one of the things that keep me in the program, that keeps me going, is the pump. I enjoy that sensation of feeling my muscles grow. Even the soreness is very welcome because that just lets me know that I'm making progress. It's stuff like that. Seeing the plates go up every week, that is inspirational to me, and that's what keeps me going. So when I formulate a program, I'm formulating a program that's going to, number one, keep me motivated. Two, um, is recoverable and doesn't cause me injury. And three, that plays into my lifestyle and my needs. So to create such a program, I have to experiment. So I have to try different things. We tried the full body thing, and it really wasn't doing it for me, because I really wasn't getting the pump from it. All I was doing was just wearing myself out. If you want to burn calories, during the full body program was awesome enough. The only problem is that sometimes I would incur an injury, and because my entire body is sore, it will take even longer for me to recuperate. And then I end up missing an exercise, and I create this loop where I'm kind of like self hating myself, and I'm ordering fast food. So that's why that didn't work out. And so then we tried a 2 day split, which for the most part was working out well. And in this 2 day split, I basically started out with like a laundry list of different exercises for the upper body and for the lower body. And essentially, what I've been doing is I've been tweaking the sets and the reps. I've been removing exercises, adding exercises, and essentially, I'm just whittling down the program until it works for me. Um, Another thing was because the 2 day split had higher volume, the intensity was also there. So with that being said, my lower body really was not adapt to such volume like my upper body. So it took basically I was almost not exercising for about 1 week because my lower body was healing. But now I'm in this more uh, transitional state. Like my lower body doesn't feel really sore, and that's only partially because I had to cut yesterday's workout pretty short because I was so drained. Um, and that's another thing. When I'm working and stuff like that, I work in accounting, and that requires me to utilize like higher cognitive functions. And so it's very draining when I'm, memorizing, well, not, well, memorizing a lot of data, memorizing a lot of policy, applying those policies to that data, applying regulations to the policy, and applying that to the data. And so it just creates a high mental drain. And so even when I take stuff like a pre-workout, if my brain is just dead from working all day, and by the way, I pretty much just work straight through. I don't take breaks. There's been some cases where I literally sat down at 8 o'clock in the morning and I did not leave my seat. Probably only got up maybe twice, and I pretty much did not leave until 6 o'clock. Um, so that's another thing. Like I work hard, and I make sure the work gets done. So with that being said, at the end of the day, once I leave, I am cooked. My brain is dead. Pre-workout, and I tried it. I tried it. I even tried to increase the concentration. It just doesn't do it for me. When I'm cooked, and the brain don't care. Coffee, it don't care. Matter of fact, I had to drink a few cups of coffee today, and I was still getting sleepy. Like my brain says, coffee means nothing to it now. When my brain wants to shut down, it wants to shut down, and there's nothing that can be done. So, and I'm not going to try to push it. Uh, so I have to adapt. And adapting means changing. So I know for me, I have to get that workout in the morning. And that means that I have to make sure that I go to sleep on time, and that make sure that so that I can wake up early enough to do what I need to do, because by the time I get home, I'm going to be pretty much cooked, and the only thing that I'm going to be up for is having some dinner, watching some TV, maybe playing around with my cats, and just calling it a night. So, um, I just wanted to get that out the way. So that's why we're changing things. Like these programs that I'm doing, it wasn't created by a professional YouTuber. It wasn't, or not a professional YouTuber. It wasn't created by professional health experts and stuff like that. Um, I built it on my own, and I'm not building it so that I can sell to people. Everything that I'm doing is like right there in the open. I create these long, drawn out videos. All of this information is there. Everything is transparent. Even my mental state is transparent. Like my dating life and stuff like that, very transparent about that. Some of the stuff that I watch, like like by now you should probably have seen that I watch like a lot of the fitness YouTubers and stuff like that, like Coach Greg Doucet and Renaissance Fitness and stuff like that. I watch a lot of those guys, Beast Mode Jones and stuff like that, Scooby. Like those are a lot of the YouTubers that I watch on the fitness side. I also consume like a lot of the Manosphere content and stuff like that. Like I watch Undead Chronic. I watch Hammerhand. Uh, I even watch Fresh and Fit. Better Bachelor. Strong Successful Male. So I'm really plugged into like the Red Pill Manosphere community. I don't have my mug in front of me, but I watch Louder with Crowder. I even watch some of the Daily Wire program, Candace Owens and stuff like that, Ben Shapiro. So that's the stuff that I watch and stuff like that. So you're very familiar, and I watch a lot of Passport Bro content and the Filipina P, Austin Holloman, Floyd. So I watch a lot of content like that. So you see firsthand like my mental state. You see where I'm coming from. All of that stuff is very transparent. So there's nothing for me to sell you. So all of this stuff that I'm doing it for my own sake. Like the only reason why I even blog this stuff, and that's another point that I wanted to make. I'm not a YouTuber. I work for a living. I work as an accountant, and that's where I make my money. This channel is nowhere near monetization. I doubt this channel will ever reach monetization, and my goal is not to become monetized or become a YouTuber and stuff like that. That's not for me. I do this because I like to vent. This gives me like a chance to like kind of learn new skills, because eventually for a hobby I would like to get into like animation and like 3D modeling, maybe even make like an indie game kind of solo type of deal. So that's some stuff that I want to get into, but I found I'm having like a hard time like getting into that. So this is kind of this is kind of helping me kind of slide towards that direction. You see, I even got a green screen behind me. So I haven't really invested a lot into this project. The green screen, and that's probably like something that I plan on doing for other things. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to know more about like video editing and stuff like that. So with that being said, I do this really for me. Now, I hope that people who view my content is able to take something away. I hope that people seeing somebody who's morbidly obese, who's who's kind of in this negative headspace where, you know, he's not having the best of time and stuff like that. I hope people are able to identify with me, and they're able to see that they can do this too, this fitness thing, this getting healthy thing, and they can follow along, and we can just be this community. I don't need to make a dime. I don't need any type of donations. I just want to have a group of people who are like-minded, who are just about, you know, something pure, just, you know, fitness and stuff like that. So I will never sell you guys anything. There will be no merch. This is just a blog, okay? This is just a blog of my life and my fitness journey and stuff like that. So I want to get that out the way. Now we could get into the brainstorming. Let's see. Let's get this set up. Yeah. And I just wanted to put that out there about, you know, my intentions with the YouTube, because I know some people were giving me some good advice. I just want to make sure that, you know, if you're throwing advice at me, that it's more for like health reasons and stuff like that, and it's not for like content reasons and stuff. I don't anything that's like related to trying to like you know, for revenue and stuff like that. It's not really necessary, because again, this channel is not monetized, and I highly doubt channels like this one even reaches that level. So this is mostly just really for fun. It's therapeutic, and hopefully it's inspirational, and I could pass off, you know, the inspiration that I received that I used to start, because I watch people like Obese to Beast and stuff like that. I hope that since I received so much inspiration, so much knowledge from all of these guys in the YouTube space, for who does fitness and who does self-improvement and stuff like that, who really tries to help men navigate this world, from the Manosphere people. I received so much, and I hope that I can pass a little of that on to somebody who needs it and stuff like that. So that's what I really hope to achieve. That's what I really hope to give to you guys. So, you know, you guys, you give to me when you're viewing and you're commenting and stuff like that. And I'm just trying to give you guys like pure honesty, inspiration, and, you know, like show you guys from the ground up what it is that I did to achieve, you know, a dream. And it's a dream that I hope we all share. All right, brainstorming time for the changes to the program. All righty. So let's go here to the workouts, because we are not going to do a split like this anymore. We're just going to just do regular, we'll do just a regular 2-day split, right? Go ahead and hide that, because we don't need that no more. Let's see, hide that. Alrighty. I think how I've been working out, one thing we're going to go ahead and get rid of is these deltoid flies. The shoulder press, you know, it works the scapula, it works the shoulders, but it also taps a little bit into the deltoids. It also works the upper chest a little bit, and it touches bases on the triceps. So The deltoid fly is a overkill. The deltoid is going, especially the front deltoid. The front deltoid is going to get hit already once when I do a bench press, right? That pushing movement. If you notice, like sometimes you may get, if you may get like an injury in your shoulder, even while doing it comes from like doing the bench press, and that's because the bench press will hit your front delt. When you're doing something like a rowing movement, right, where you're pulling it back, the rowing movement will actually hit your rear deltoid just a little bit, right? So like if you saw a graph of your muscle and you saw like a heat map, you will see the muscles that get activated the most versus the muscles that get activated the least. And one of the ones that kind of get hit, and that's why you can see the rear delts actually get hit when you're doing like a rowing motion. And I think it gets hit a little bit when you're doing a pull down motion, but don't quote me on that. I'm not too sure about that. So we could go ahead, since the deltoid flies hit like, the front, the rear, and the medial of the delts, we could just go ahead and get rid of that one, right? Because generally speaking for the program, I only want to hit the larger muscles, like I would prefer to hit them twice. And the smaller muscles, right, I would prefer to only hit them one time. And that's only because we're in the beginning phase of the program. Excuse me. The dinner's getting a little bit cold. I gotta try to force this down. All right. Now, if you notice how greedy I can be, especially when it comes to like having different exercises, because it's like I have the need to want to hit the muscles from different angles. Thank you, cat. It's okay, boy. My cats want their attention. Anyway, I always have this need because I want to hit the muscles from every angle, because it's like in part of my head, it just wants to make sure everything is growing, right? Because I want to look the biggest as possible. But sometimes you just have to really take control over yourself to prevent yourself from being too greedy with this, right? Okay, leave that alone. So, especially in the beginning, like I said, there's like 5 main workouts that you always need to focus on. And that's going to be the bench press, some kind of lat pulling down motion. So it could be either the pull up or a lat pull down, a squat, a deadlift, and a shoulder press. As long as you got those 5 basic lifts, everything else that you're doing is for aesthetic purposes. When we're really looking at it, it's like either you're doing it because you're trying to create either you're doing it for aesthetics, you're doing it to maybe correct a muscle imbalance, or hell, maybe you're just doing it because you like it or something like that. Who knows? So that's why it's like, as long as you got like the basics in there, everything else is based off of how you want it to be, right? So if you said to yourself, I want to have really big arms and stuff like that, you can include some arm movements in there, right? You can include some arm movement. But generally speaking, when you do something like a bench press, you're already utilizing your triceps. When you're doing something like a lat pull down, you're already utilizing your biceps. And actually, you may even have some activation in your triceps. When you're doing a rowing motion, you're activating your biceps a little bit as well. Depending on the angle of how you're doing the row, you may even get a little bit of tricep actions. when you're doing something like a chest fly and stuff like that, you're already activating, your shoulders and stuff like that. You're activating your chest. Um, Another thing is when you're creating a program, you also have to realize the limitations of some of the equipments that you're working with, and maybe the limitations of yourself. And my machine really does not like me utilizing very lightweight. It prefers at least a minimum of 25 pounds. Else, I get issues with the cables kind of popping out of their grooves and stuff like that. Now, if I had dumbbells, I would go ahead and keep this chest fly, and I would just do the dumbbells. I would just be lying down on the bench press and just using the dumbbells to do chest flies. But unfortunately, I do not have dumbbells, and right now, due to the economy, my finances are pretty stretched. Like I have a lot of debt that I'm paying off and stuff like that, so I really don't have money for that. And my, again, cost of living is up, so my grocery bill is up and stuff like that. And also I got a new kitten now, so I gotta feed my little guy. I gotta feed my little guy. So let's go ahead and take that off. So let's see what we're working with, right? We got 6 little exercises right here. A bench press, a lat pull down, okay. A cable row, a tricep push down. Let me go ahead. So there we go. Bench press, lat pull down, shoulder press, cable row, tricep push down, bicep curls. Now I really do like working the triceps. I would eventually in time, right? In time, we're gonna add to this. But for now, we'll just leave it to tricep push downs. Normally I would like to have a tricep push down and I would like to have an overhead tricep extension. But it is what it is. And just like also would like the tricep with the biceps, I like working it at different angles too. So I like to do, a easy bar bicep curl. Like I really get that pump from that using that easy bar. But I also like to have like a hammer bicep curls. And I also like to have like a standard grip bicep curl. But we can't be too greedy. And you also have to kind of understand, like I said, when you're doing something like the bench press, you're already activating your chest. You're activating some of your front delts and stuff like that, some of your shoulders, and you're also already hitting the tricep when you're doing a bench press. And the same thing, like when you're doing like a lat pull down or a row, you're already pretty much activating your rear delts. You're activating your biceps a little bit. So the triceps and the bicep already get hit a little bit from the bench press. And if you give an isolation movement, they're pretty much getting hit twice. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit of an imbalance right there. So let's see with the sets and the reps. I think 12 is good enough, but 5 by 12s, I'm not sure about that. If I do it all in one setting, pretty much by the time I finish my row, my triceps and biceps are going to be pretty much cooked. Like I remember last time, even though I gave myself like a little bit of a 30-minute break between doing my AM and my PM workout because it was basically I just kind of waited to the last minute. I did notice that my this arm right here got very toasty. So everything is like 5 by 12, 5 by 12. I don't really want to change that. Here's what we could do, right? I'm thinking maybe 4x12s for the arms, since they're already going to be cooked. I might not get that pump though. I might not get that pump. We'll test this out and we'll see how this works out. We got 6 exercises. 6 exercises, and we got 5x12. So I think for the upper body, this should be pretty good. All right, let's look at the lower body. We're going to go ahead and just change these out to regular squats. I tried doing those sumo squats, but I kind of noticing that those sumo squats end up putting too much stress on my hip flexors. So I did not like that. So we'll just do like a normal squat. The oblique twist. I'm not doing the oblique twist correctly. Like, I think my arm needs to be a little bit more out, but because I got this fat pack right here, it's kind of hindering the mind muscle connection. So I'm not really getting nothing out of doing these weighted oblique twists using my cables. What I will say is I do feel it more in my lower spine. So I do feel it there. So it is giving that a benefit. But I also do deadlifts, so I don't want to overtax my lower spine. So we'll just go ahead and take that one off, right? We'll just go ahead and take that one off. We need to take another one off. I don't even know why these say that. We were pretty much already, we were already, for the hip abductors, we had already made like a change, I think last week. So we didn't do like 5x15. We ended up just doing these like basically 2x2s on each one. Matter of fact, we could just call this the hip. There we go. There it is. Because I mean, we're pretty much just doing them back to back anyway. So the hip adductors. So if we do a squat, we could superset that with, we could superset the squat and the crunch. We could superset those together. If I do the calf press, I'm basically going to have the weight already in the air, so we can, I know last night I said I was gonna like take this out, but I don't really have much for core workout, so we'll keep it. So we'll superset the squat and the weighted crunch, and we'll superset the 3-way calf press with a leg lift. That should create a nice little burn. And we'll superset the hip abductor work with the deadlift. Yeah. So we're basically, with the deadlift, you're working, you know, your hamstrings, your glutes, and your lower back when you're doing that deadlift. And you're also engaging your core when you're doing that leg lift as well. So hip abductor and the leg and the deadlift, those should create an interesting superset. Interesting indeed. So yeah. So right now we got these 2-day splits going on. And for each split we got 6 exercises, and we're doing everything 5 by 12. Okay, let me pause this real quick and check on the kid. I checked on the cat. He's all right. I have him inside my dresser drawer, and I'm basically trying to get him introduced to the older cats. The older cats, they're only like 2 years old, so they're in their teenage phase. Anyway, back to the brainstorming. So, we got a 2-day split going on. Pretty much we're going to do everything in the morning. We got 6 different exercises, and everything is 5 by 12. I tried doing 5 by 15 for the lower body, and that's a no. Not doing that no more. Cardio. Pretty much gonna hide that. All right. So we do upper body 2 days a week. We do lower body 2 days a week. And we do cardio 3 days a week. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Here we go. So yeah, we'll do some cardio. We'll make it a point to do the cardio. I'll leave the calories pretty much. I mean, with this workout, I should be burning like about 400 calories. You guys know when it comes to calorie burning, I like to estimate low. Even though I got data and stuff from my prior workouts, I know when I do a workout, I could burn like anywhere between like 600 to 800 calories. But over time, that number is going to go down. So for the sake of the estimation and stuff like that and calculation purposes, because again, I like to, if it's positive, I underestimate. If it's negative, I overestimate. And that's the accounting way. So I'm just going to assume that each of these workouts, I burn about 400 calories. And we'll leave the cardio at also 400 calories. So thinking about the caloric deficit, right? Let's see, update that to 400. We're going to update that to 400. Let's keep everything at 400. Right, let's look at everything as is. That's a lot. Let's keep everything at 4 and 3. Again, I'm just looking at it as if every phase is going to be the same, because I just like to get an idea of what that looks like in terms of my estimations. Okay. Alrighty. I don't need to do anything with the diet. That's we're still waiting on We're still waiting for. It's going to be again. It's going to be about 2 months before I can see if I need to tweak the diet. But so far, 2,200 calories is working for me just fine. Um, Again, I need to. It's going to take a little while before my body gets used to the carbs again, and we'll see how that affects the workouts going forward. I haven't really got to notice the benefits of the carbs being in my system because everything has been kind of off, where essentially I'm running late on everything, and so I did everything at the last minute where I'm pretty much tired and stuff like that. So we're not like, we don't know how the carbs is playing out. Um, Another thing, just a note is, if I am able to get something like a raise at my job, or if I end up working like maybe a second job where I'm just doing some kind of, just a small thing, maybe something online where I'm able to generate more income, then I will be able to, remove some of these carbs and boost up this protein. So, I'm still like trying to look for like a second job, and then I could go back into like this paleo carnivore diet that I was on. I'll still keep the spinach though, but the rest of the stuff with the carbs, if I can get rid of it, I probably will just go ahead and get rid of it. Um, because I like how I was feeling with the carnivore, and when I was in ketosis, I did like how I felt. Um, I think I would have did better if I had jacked up the amount of calories that I was taking when I was on the carnivore diet. So if I had boosted my calories to like just 2,000, where it's just 2,000 calories of carnivore, just basically protein, fat, and stuff like that, I think I probably would have did even better with the carnivore. But like I said, economics, so we have to like water everything down with cheap carbs. And it is what it is. That's what we just got to do. That's if we have to do it, we have to do it. All right, so if we kept everything 400, 400 calorie burn per workout, and we lift weights 4 days a week, and we do cardio 3 days a week, and every time we do any type of exercise, whether it's lifting weights or cardio, we're burning only 400 calories, and we do this all the way through. Based off of my estimation, by July 20th, 2025, I should be around 255 pounds. Now, if we look at MyFitnessPal, based off of their estimation, if I just only consume a diet of 2,200 calories and I only have an activity of about 115 calorie adjustment, according to MyFitnessPal, I should end up weighing 246.4 pounds by July 20th, 2025. So either way, I should be pretty much close, whether I just eat the diet or whether I also work out. So either way, I should be around 250 pounds, whether I only stick to the diet or whether I also work out. So either way, the everything should check out. Everything should check out. And if you're wondering, like, how do I got this MyFitnessPal data in here? I just basically just did some simple calculations and stuff like that. You can literally just go into MyFitnessPal app. You can basically set your diet to however you want to, and you can literally update your weight and hit complete your diary as many times as you want, and you can pretty much get an estimation of what you look like every 5 weeks. So, for example, if I was in the MyFitnessPal app, I would change my weight to 324.9 pounds. Then I would go to the diary section, and since I already got 2,200 calories recorded as the amount of food that I ate that day, I would hit complete diary, and it would basically give me an estimation that says if every day was like today, you would weigh this 314 pounds in 5 weeks. And so all I do is just subtract. I take 324 and I minus this 314, and it gives me a certain amount of weight. And I basically take that and divide it over 5 weeks, and that gives me the rate. So based off of this, as you can see, like in this example right here, I'm losing 2.4 pounds per week just being on the diet alone. And the only thing MyFitnessPal is doing now, MyFitnessPal, I definitely don't think they use a BMR calculator. I think the MyFitnessPal app uses a study uses the basal metabolism rate. I think MyFitnessPal calculates your maintenance calories, and it does give adjustment for its estimated activities. So it has a standard number and stuff like that. So that's why the MyFitnessPal app, it calculates your calories like a little bit higher because it's designed to maintain that weight. And any activities, I think, kind of messes up the MyFitnessPal calculation. And the reason is because if MyFitnessPal estimates that you doing a sedentary lifestyle, that you'll burn, let's say, 500 calories if you move around. The MyFitnessPal is essentially taking your basal metabolism rate, is adding on an estimate of, because it asks you, are you sedentary, are you active, and stuff like that. For each of those categories, is going to represent a number of the estimation of how many calories that you're going to burn that day based off of your quote unquote lifestyle. And so MyFitnessPal takes your BMR, it takes its estimated activity, and it adds it onto your BMR, and that's what it's doing its calculation on. So that's why when you look at our calculations and stuff like that, when you see it, you see it's a slight difference, and eventually it starts becoming a big difference. See, my calculation is more exact because I'm only using a BMR calculator, right? And all of the activities that you see here are the activities that I'm recording to go on top of the BMR. While MyFitnessPal basically takes your BMR, it also does another adjustment for calories if you have your watch connected. So my Garmin watch will tell MyFitnessPal that, based off of him just moving around, sitting down and stuff like that, oh, he burned 115 calories over the last 2 hours or something like that. MyFitnessPal is basically going to take the data from your Garmin watch, which is adjustment for your regular daily activities, and it's basically adding that on top of MyFitnessPal. And so MyFitnessPal already has an estimation of how many calories you're going to burn that day. And so let's say if you put sedentary, MyFitnessPal is going to estimate that you burn 500 calories every day just moving around and stuff like that, going to the bathroom, washing yourself, cooking and stuff like that. You're going to burn 500 calories. So it's basically taking my 2,800 and it's adding 500 calories on top of that, and it's taking all of the activities recorded by my Garmin watch, and it's adding that on top of all of its other estimates. And so that's why it's going to calculate a higher number than what I'm calculating. So basically, MyFitnessPal is adding your daily activities 2 times when you have it synchronized to your watch. Food for thought for people who are trying to lose weight. I'm just saying, I'm sorry to bust your bubble, but when you use MyFitnessPal and you put in your data, MyFitnessPal is going to overestimate how much weight you'll actually lose. keep that in mind. So yeah, there's a difference. There's different metabolism rates out there. You want to, when you're doing these estimations and you're trying to create, if you try to create like this forecasting sheet where you see what your weight looks like if you do these activities, if you're going to do something like that, use your BMR. Don't use your RMR. Use the BMR, your basal metabolism rate, because this rate is basically if you're pretty much comatose. This is how much calories you need to maintain that weight. So if I'm comatose, basically I'm just laying in the bed. I'm not active. I'm not doing anything. Somebody comes and wash me. I don't do nothing but lay in the bed and sleep all day. If I'm pretty much comatose. If I'm doing that, I still need to consume about 2,841 calories to maintain a weight of 361 pounds. So you want to use your BMR, because your BMR is going to give you a underestimate. And if you're underestimating your weight loss, you're going to have less disappointment in the end. But if you use your RMR, then you have to be careful, because you're basically adding on a estimated amount of activity that has not been tracked or recorded by anything. Okay, so it's just giving you a basic, it's adding on stuff that you don't know about, and that's what messes up the numbers. So that's why I do not suggest that you use your RMR. Use your BMR, and that's going to be better. Because if you use your BMR, your daily activity is basically icing on the cake, because the only activity that I'm estimating is when I lift those weights or when I'm doing cardio. That's the only activities that I'm estimating on a daily basis. Either I'm lifting weights or I'm doing cardio. I'm doing one of those, not both, but I'm doing one, and that is all the activity that I'm doing. My activity that I get that's outside of this, icing on the cake. So with my daily activity, instead of losing, about 2.1 pounds a week, I may actually be losing like 2.3 pounds a week, or maybe 2.5 pounds a week, and that's why I calculate that way. And take it from somebody who works, in the accounting sector. You want to always underestimate what's positive, overestimate what's negative. And you'll get some pretty decent numbers. All right. So, based off of this, if I stick to this plan, I should be, let's take an average. All right, so if we stick to this, we change nothing, we keep the diet the same. This has like 1 day of fasting calculated in there. Let me go ahead and take that off. I didn't mean for that to be there. Okay, so no fasting. So if we eat 2,200 calories every day, and we only do 400 calories worth of activities every day, and we do not do any type of fasting, well, not type of fasting, but as long as we're eating every day and not eating every other day, doing like a crazy 42-hour fast, as long as we're not doing something crazy like that, just 400 calories of worth of activities. So this could be anything. This could be just me walking around. This could be me lifting weights. This could be me doing cardio. And again, only consuming 2,200 calories. Eating every day. Theoretically speaking, I should get down to about 257 pounds by July 20th, 2025. Now, let's put in some disclaimers. When I enter these different phases, right, something is going to change. I will be adding more exercises so that I can maintain that pump. Like for example, at some point, I'm going to have to add in that overhead tricep extension, right? At some point, I'm going to have to add in like a hammer curl. At some point, I'm going to want to do an incline bench press. At some point, I'm going to want to do maybe some like a barbell shrug, So I'm going to be wanting to add more stuff as I work out and stuff like that. And to satisfy my greed, I most definitely will be adding on to it. So that's the first disclaimer. This might not remain the same after I enter these other phases. Like I will change this as many times as it needs. If I have to change it every day, I'll change it every day. But this is my plan for me. This is not something that's on sale to you. You can do whatever you want. You can follow whatever path that you want. It's your life. You do with it as you please, and I will do the same. So, that's a little caveat. Another thing that I need to put in as a disclaimer is just because I am only going to, my goal is to only do at least one workout a day. Notice that I said at least, okay? What that means is there might be some days where I'm doing maybe 2 workouts. Like, let's say I feel like I got, a lot of energy, my body adapted and stuff like that, and now I'm like full power and I'm really trying to go at it. Well, what I might end up doing is I'll lift some weights that morning, and when I come home from work, if I still got too much energy, I might try to drain myself by doing a cardio as a second workout that day. So I still may end up working out 2 times a day. It's just that what you see here is just a guarantee of what I'm going to do every week. Every week, at the very minimum, I will lift weights 4 days a week. Every week, at the very minimum, I will do 3 days of cardio. And at the max, I will only consume like 2,200 calories. And no 48-hour fast. None of that stuff. So, if we're just, doing that, we're really just losing about, especially in the beginning right here, we're only losing about 2 pounds a week, Then we get to a point where we're now only losing about 2.5 pounds per week. And then we get to a point where we're only really losing 1 pound a week. So some of you might, again, you might be disappointed and you're going oh no, I want something that's going to make me super skinny, super duper quick or something like that. If you're looking for some dramatic, crazy, magic pill, unsustainable weight loss plans, there's plenty of stuff out there that you can tap into. David Goggins literally told people what he did. This dude pretty much did cardio for hours and hours on end every single day while also lifting weights. He pretty much did that and he lost a ton of weight. You can literally take everything that I just did right here and you can literally copy this entire thing, put in your own little calculations, and you could just add more cardio. You could reduce your calorie intake. And if you do all that, you could lose weight a whole lot faster. I just don't suggest it. You know what I'm saying? I don't suggest it. I definitely would not suggest it. You can lose weight. You can lose weight slow and steady. You know, you know what I'm saying? Like in my head, I'm just assuming that I'm only going to be losing about 2 pounds a week. That's the only thing that's going off in my head. Losing 2 pounds a week. Losing 2 pounds a week. Okay. And if you're only losing 2 pounds a week, it's going to take you over 5 weeks before let's say you weigh 350 pounds. It's going to take you 5 weeks before you get down to 340 pounds. It's going to take you another 5 weeks before you get down to 330 pounds, okay? So you never ever have to be disappointed by the scale. And if you're following what I'm doing, you're not trying to lose a lot of weight every freaking week. You're not doing something crazy. So that might give your body enough time to heal, so that your skin might heal, and you might have less loose weight. I mean loose skin if you go that way. Also, everything that I'm doing is not crazy. It's not crazy to get on an elliptical and do like 400 calories. It's not crazy to get on to walk around your neighborhood for like about 30 or 40 minutes and burn like 400 calories. That's not crazy. You can do it. And you see my workouts. My workouts are pretty. I think my workouts are pretty balanced, right? I think they're doable. 6 exercises, 5 sets by 12 reps. And what I typically do just to save on time is I'll superset this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll superset it. I'll go ahead and do all of them 2x2s. So basically, I'm only doing 3 rounds. 3 rounds. Okay? And that's it. So again, if you was to copy all of this data, you followed what I did, theoretically speaking, you should be able to get down to, if you're, have my exact weights and stats and stuff, you should be able to get down to like 257 pounds. That should be doable. And again, sustainable. I'm not starving to death. My calories is 2,200, okay? So I'm already within that 2,000 calorie diet basic range and stuff like that. And this is not crazy. Every dietitian, every doctor, every fitness influencer is going to tell you you only want to lose maybe 2 or 3 pounds a week. Okay, well there you go. I'm losing like about 2 pounds a week. So nobody should really complain about the exercises that I'm doing. If you was take what I'm doing and you present it in front of somebody who knows what they're talking about, they probably would not give me that much critique on my routine. They probably wouldn't even give you. Wouldn't even give you too much. Well, not give you, but they probably wouldn't give me too much headache about my expectations. In fact, I think it's quite opposite. I think most dietitians, medical professionals, if they saw my chart here, my Excel sheet, I'm pretty sure they would look at this and they would go like, yeah, that's pretty obtainable. That's that should be pretty accurate if people follow this 100%. And again, going back to the earlier conversation, no, I'm not trying to sell you an Excel sheet. Actually, if I could figure out a way to attach this to my videos and stuff like that, I would just upload this and you guys can enter your own stuff and you could do with it whatever you want. I don't care. Alrighty. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. I see the new exercises. I see the new forecast. I think this should be pretty doable. Now, I'm pretty sure there's going to be somebody out there that'll, if somebody was to watch this, I'm pretty sure a person who's more critical will look at this and say, okay, so at what point are you going to just like lock it down and not change it? And obviously the answer to that is going to be go screw yourself. I'll change it as I please and as many times as I please. But I will go ahead and slow down on the changes and probably leave everything alone as long as certain criteria are met, right? Number one, I have to enjoy the workout that I'm doing. I got to get that pump. Number two, I have to be able to recover so that I can keep my routine going. And three, my life will have to be stagnant enough where I don't need to make any type of adjustments. The economy will have to stay stagnant enough where I don't have to change my diet. Because if the economy gets any worse, then I'm going to have to reduce these calories, right? If the economy gets any worse, then just out of necessity, I might have to do 42-hour fast, right? So I'm basically eating every other day. I might have to eat every other day. So, if you're looking at everything that I'm doing and you're going like, oh, you keep changing this, you keep changing this, you keep changing this, meet those three criteria that I won't change a damn thing, okay? I got to get that pump. I got to enjoy what I'm doing, okay? I can't be basically doing some crap that I don't like just doing cardio or just walking around. I don't like doing that. I don't like doing none of that, okay? So I have to like it. I got to get that pump. I got to get that joy in order to get me to do something. Two, it has to fit in with this economy. The economy has to stay so stagnant that I don't need to make any type of changes because of budget issues. Okay? And then three, I have to be able to recover. I can't do a program that has me work out till failure and it takes me almost a week and a half to fully recover where I'm not sore as hell. I can't have that. As a matter of fact, it's 9:40 p.m. where I'm at. I've been having this Garmin watch on all day. I pretty much put this on, I think, around 6 or around 7 o'clock. So I'm just curious, what are my calorie adjustments for just not doing anything? Okay, so according to this Garmin watch, my calorie adjustment is 425 calories. And as you can see here, I'm trying to burn only 400 calories. So, theoretically speaking, theoretically speaking, right? If we use the MyFitnessPal, which already has an RMR calculation in there when they're using their own estimation for activities, it should be pretty spot on. It should work out either way. Either I burn 400 calories manually or I burn 400 calories passively. Either way, the only thing I have to focus on, I don't have to focus on working out. Okay? That's the beauty of my plan. I don't have to focus on everything all at once. I can literally wake up and say, I don't feel like exercising. I just got to make sure I do that diet. I got to make sure the diet is always upheld at all times. I don't have to fast. I don't have to work out. I just got to make sure that I stick to the diet and the diet only. Which brings me to my next part. I do want to get that Coach Greg's cookbook. He already displayed a lot of recipes that I am very interested in. So the book is pretty pricey. I think one of them costs like $150. So I plan on getting the newest one, so that'll probably be like closer to $200. So I'll have to save up, of course. So it'll be a few months before that happens. But I plan on getting that cookbook, and when I get that cookbook, I'll be able to improve the flavor palette of the foods that I'm consuming, and not be so bland. But I will still keep the calories the same. And since I'm not on a crazy diet, I'm eating fats, I'm eating carbs, I'm eating protein, I can pretty much just eat whatever fits, as long as it fits within my calorie limit. And I get a decent enough protein. Anyway, it's getting pretty late. It's pretty tired. I think I've covered everything that I want to say. This brainstorming session was pretty good. I hope you guys got something out of this. At the very least, you guys should understand MyFitnessPal and the estimation. Excuse me, throat's dry. You should now understand that MyFitnessPal uses an RMR calculator. It does not use a BMR calculator. So since it's using an RMR calculator, it already has activities pre-built in that it estimates that you're going to do. You should, listening to this video, you should also already know my thoughts on it. Like, I believe you should, if you're going to do any type of estimation about your weight loss, you should use a BMR calculation, not use an RMR calculation. Track all the activities that you do. Don't go by somebody else's estimation. We went over the workouts. I think this is balanced. So yeah. Hopefully I will be able to, at least until the end of this year, right? Until the end of this year, I hope that I don't have to make any other changes to my plan. I think how I have everything set now, I should be able to recover within an acceptable time period, and I should still get some type of pump out that deal. So, yay, yay, yay. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Pump, pump, pump. And just as a disclaimer, just because when you look at my chart, just because it says that I'm doing only pretty much one workout a day, that doesn't mean that I'm actually only going to do one workout a day. Different things might make me feel inspired, and I might do 2 workouts a day. There might be even situations where I don't do a workout a day, right? And I just go to work. Well, I'm already burning 400 calories moving around at work. So you don't ever have to worry about, me missing something. What I basically am doing right now ensures that I get something out that deal. So I covered all the bases. My plan is pretty foolproof, and it should work. And we'll see. Hopefully the economy doesn't tank, and I don't have to really change anything. And we'll see. So I'm worn out. Remember, stay on the path.